to be or not to be.
So today we have joining us, let's give a quick introduction and a big thank you to our esteemed judges. As our gameplay judge, we have none other than Christopher Cones. Please say hello, Chris, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello, I am Christopher Cones. You might know me from such wonderful productions as None of Them. However, I am here, and I am actually met Mike as a fellow voice actor.
Met him in person.
Yeah, well, no, I can't really meet a person in person. That's not what we do.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, we're voice
That's not what
actors,
voice
not
actors
actors.
do.
And so today, Chris will be playing the role of our gameplay judge. Chris is a Pathfinder aficionado. Thank you. Once upon a time, I knew how to say that word properly. Today, apparently not. So, Chris will be judging our players and also myself on how we use the game mechanics, especially since we do quite a bit of improvisation, and give some suggestions through mid-game of what he liked, what he didn't like, what we could be doing more of, what we should be doing less of, etc., and then finally scoring you all at the very end and dictating who gets the gold. And then, as our performance judge, we have none other than the wonderful Samantha DeSouza. Samantha, please introduce yourself and tell these good people about you.
Well, hey, everybody. It is nice to see you all. I am also a voice actor. Believe it or not, you can hear me. If you go to Dunkin' Donuts, you can hear me at your Dunkin' Donuts. Yes, I'm one of those friendly voices that you hear in the Dunkin' Donuts. Yep, I told you that. Anyway, I'm also a Dungeons and Dragons fan. I used to play it in high school. I'm not going to tell you how old I am. But anyways, I am a big Dungeons and Dragons fan, and I'm wicked happy to be here. If you haven't guessed, I'm from the Boston area. So, woohoo! It's fun to be here, and yay! I'm looking forward to it.
All right. And thank you very much, Sam. Wonderful to have you. As we were saying before, we were trying to get Sam on the show earlier. She wasn't available, or she was booked for the show we had to cancel, and then things come up. So it's nice to actually have you here. I'm looking forward to it. And so you will be our performance judge, and you will be essentially treating us like you are the theater critic, and gauging people on their performance, their engageability, how they stay in character, and that is always our most important thing. Because around here, we need to stay in character, and if we fail, then, well, there are consequences. However, sometimes you have to ask a question that breaks character or ruins that fourth wall, so in that case, we just quickly call dramatic pause. And the more dramatic, the better. And then we address some game issues or some technical thing or a stream issue or something like that, because I want to quickly look at the stream, as it seems... Yeah, it seems like I've got everything in order, so... But it is, sometimes this streaming stuff is a mystery to me. As it says, we've got some buffering, but I've got all my ducks in a row, and nothing's really using the internet at the moment. Just to be
Remember
sure,
your
I'm gonna
bonuses.
turn off the Wi-Fi on my phone just to give me more...
Bandwidth.
YouTubing power and bandwidth, yes.
Yeah.
Bandwidth. Width. Alrighty. So, we are going to go into our the first part of the game, and just out of curiosity, for those on my screen sharing, are you seeing a document at the moment, or are you still seeing Fantasy Grounds?
Fantasy Grounds.
Okay, good. So I can open other things without it doing too much. All right, so that means I can open Discord again. And I don't have to worry about you seeing prompts, etc., etc.
I'd have fucked with him.
All right.
the time and tide.
Alright, so I just want to make sure that I put things back in the right spot. Beep, 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 beep.
That's what she said.
She didn't say much after that. Now, on another note. So, thank you to we've already got a few viewers with us today, so viewers, please feel free to drop stuff in the chat, and if you want to congratulate anybody on a stellar performance, feel free to say bravo, etc., and we will give that player a rose. Or feel free to boo them or give them a thumbs down, and we will throw a tomato, which helps me by making the dice check or the attack a little bit different, a little more challenging. So, but I digress. So we are going to go into our opening act, which is always the preamble, to give you all a little bit of what you might have missed and to keep you up to speed. So, and we are combining that with the classic improv game, Party Quirks. So, every player is about to receive a prompt through their Discord, and they have to do their part of the preamble in that character or that character in a situation. And Chris and Sam, you will be tasked at the end to guess what the prompt was, and that will gauge whether or not they start off with a rose, which allows them to re-roll something they failed or boost something, or not. Essentially. So some of them might be as simple as, thank you very much. Oh, that's Elvis Presley. Thank you, thank you very much. Oh, I'm terrible. And that's like, say, for example, a little more complicated, like a bad Elvis impersonator, but who's trying their best. Last session we had, for example, David Attenborough, but he showed up drunk for recording. So, put your thinking caps on and analyze each performance. And I will start us off with number 1, but since you're not judging me, I'm beyond judgment. I will not be in any other character other than my usual self. Quiet, you! I make the rules. So, welcome to Session 9. With their ship, the Urchin, incapacitated, the party lands on Lido's island to a less than enthusiastic crowd. The Urchin was one of the pirate vessels that preyed on these islanders for years, and the Port Authority was keen to claim the infamous ship and have it stripped down for supplies. Fortunately, Mac was able to convince everybody that they are not a threat, and thus they were able to roam the island.
Okay, now you messed me up, because mine doesn't have that last word you read.
I had to make that up, because I realized mine ends with, fortunately, Mac was able to convince, and I didn't finish the sentence. But since I was the writer of this document, I knew what I intended to write.
Oh. So...
We're all professionals here, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry, now I'm a little confused about how mine starts.
That's alright. So, it just starts with the...
The sentence doesn't make sense.
Oh, shit. Yes, it does.
Well, are we mind readers? Huh? You expect us to just know this stuff?
Start with unintentionally. I think I added in that the party. So start with the capital U. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. My fault. I apologize.
He's not sorry. He can't take responsibility for anything. He just said he was above being judged.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The DM will remember this.
I love gaming.
Unintentionally crashing a town hall meeting at the local inn, our heroes learned of the werewolves. Lumber was desperately needed to wall off the town as most of the forest had been plundered. Seeing an opportunity to bargain, Alexander offered the party's aid. We'll deal with the werewolves and put them somewhere else, and you give us the ship back.
The townspeople were pleased, but their offer had to be taken up with Ruun, mayor of the island. Just as they left, Phelan caught a glimpse of someone unusual in the crowd eyeing them. Soon they were at the manor on the hill, where Ruun, a young catfolk, heard their proposal over questionable substances.
They they struck an accord with Ruun, helped the island in exchange for the ship. Yet the deal came with quite the tale. Ruun explained that the forest was desolated during Ironhold's occupation. Yes, he led the villagers in a gruesome revolt and reclaimed the island, but the damage had been done. Ruun firmly believes that werewolves are the result of the plundering done to the forest, as you can see.
In the night, Valen was awoken by a stranger. Sneaking out of the manor, she met the mystery person she had seen in the inn. Her name was Judy, and she needs the party's help. She had been part of the occupying force from Ironhold, and survived by blending in. She wants the party's help to return to Ironhold, and in exchange, she has offered to help them navigate the old forest.
Very done, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so we will start with Kayla. Kayla, please give us a quick hello from in your character voice.
Hello.
Can anybody guess Kayla?
Mayonnaise an instrument?
Well, okay. I mean, you could telegraph, I suppose. Shall I?
What was that, sorry?
I said, shall I then?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, Patrick Star, how's it going?
Yeah.
Sam, was that your guess as well? What were you thinking?
Yes, it was. Bada bing, bada boom.
Fearless guy in the room, how you doing?
I loved the addition of take the werewolves and put them somewhere else. It was a very Patricky thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Kayla, remember you have a rose that's good for one reroll at any point during the game. All right, and Charlie, give us a quick reminder of your character.
Hello.
Okay. You want to take this one, or should I?
You take it.
All right, Kermit, how's it going?
Oh, Kermit the Frog here. I'm going to murder my friend Mike Kosh for making me do this voice.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right. I mean, I would totally do it too.
You love it. All right,
It ain't
Charlie,
easy
your
being green,
rose.
so it's definitely easy being dead.
Now, Kurt's was a little harder. What do you all think about his?
Well, hello everyone. Thank you for coming. I promise it's gonna be good. I promise. Uh-oh.
I keep hearing like a. He kind of sounds like a party host who has no idea whether or not his party's about to go well.
You're
I don't have a name though. Do you have a name, Samantha?
I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna kind of call it like a guy smiley.
I'm going to take that, actually, because game show host, party host, but doesn't know what's going on. He is presenting at an important business meeting, but he doesn't have the right information.
I have the wrong slides.
Yeah.
Like, as you can see.
But no, you got host with, something didn't go right, so he had a situational one. So you guessed the situation. Kurt, you got yourself a rose.
Sweet.
And Ryan.
Don't just sharpen.
Hi, everyone, and welcome.
Clearly, that's Xanax made flesh.
I was gonna say, namaste.
Namaste. Sam, what are you thinking?
You're way too zen, dude. Zen, dude.
The annoying millennial yoga instructor.
Yeah.
Oh my
All
gosh,
right.
that's exactly right then.
Hey, is it mean to say that my first thought was, okay, what's my best Alexander impression? And I can say that because he's not here.
Ooh, I thought I kept this house cold, but dang, that was ice cold. Dang.
That was
Ooh.
that was
I didn't end up doing that way.
So, you all spent the night in the manor house speaking with Ruun, and after which you all got a lengthy discussion about a little bit about yourselves, and you told interesting stories about walking on the bottom of a lake, taming an automaton in the forest, trying to be like the family member you admired, and seeing an airship sleeping under the stars. You enjoyed a nice pancake breakfast, then Ruun promptly excused himself, seeming a little out of sorts. You finished up your breakfast, and then a little while after, you left the manor and you returned to your ship, where you began speaking with your crewmates about the good news. And that is where we begin. So you're saying, says Selena the centaur, and their cleric whom they saved from being held captive on the Red Fox. You're saying that they are not only willing to let us keep the ship, but you've convinced them to upgrade it into a battleship?
There may or may not have been narcotics involved, but yes, to sum it up.
I told you I know how to talk to people.
Apparently so. Alright, so what happens now? Now you actually have to go and kill these werewolves? That's not an easy feat.
Hopefully we don't have to actually kill them, we can just tell them to stop.
Wait.
If we ask real nicely, they'll just be like, "Oh, sorry guys, we'll back off." I don't think that's gonna happen.
Okay, so you're saying that you took on a quest to rid this town of a plague of werewolves, and your plan is to talk to the werewolves and ask them to go away.
Well, no, not go away, just stop attacking the... Technically they live here as well, so when they started to try and strip the forest, that's when the werewolves got pissed. So we're just going to tell them that they're not going to do that anymore. So there's no reason for the rampant murder. And hopefully they can just go back to doing whatever they were doing, which had nothing to do with the town. So that's the...
Alright, well there is also a little bit of... the crew are getting a little restless, and in order to... The ship doesn't exactly have a lot of money, and in order to stay, well, we're gonna need some sort of per diem, or Nathan Fielder is the treasurer is here to talk a little bit more about that. Nathan, and she waves over Nathan Fielder to talk about how
that's not necessary. We don't need to.
Hi, I'm Nathan Fielder.
God damn it.
Well, it's like
Ah, great.
So I have a great business idea for us all, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually give the boat to them in pieces for money, and then use that money to buy back a bigger boat.
why didn't we think of that?
I mean, that's why I'm the business expert here. Like,
okay, well
that's
that's not
why
what
you
you were
hired
telling me. She just kind of like pushes Nathan Fielder aside.
no, wait, I have great, and they splash them.
So essentially, we're looking at probably to feed this entire crew, and we can sleep on the boat if so long as it's not being ripped apart anymore. But food and other stuff is scarce around here, so we're probably looking at 44 silver pieces, maybe 5 gold for an entire week of everybody staying here. We never really sat down and established much of a budget, mostly because I can't stand talking to him.
That's fair. That is fair. Look, Tell you what, if I give you the gold necessary, would you just kind of sort it out?
Yeah, well, I'll probably just give it to Nathan and he can take care of that, but...
Please
Sure.
don't.
I
I'm
don't
back
know
on
if
the
that
boat.
would be
You can
I-
trust me.
I
I'm great
don't.
with finances. I went to a really good business school and got good grades.
I'm sure, Nathan. I'm very sure that is
If
100%.
listen, if I'm gonna give you the gold because I trust you. You're a healer. You genuinely want to help people.
Yeah,
However,
that's pretty sexist of you, huh? Not giving it to the guy.
however,
Wouldn't you say?
if Nathan here would happen to have been hit by a passing wildebeest, I would not lose sleep. So I'm just going to give you 10 gold, and you're going to sort it out, okay?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's plenty. That'll make sure that, the crew are well taken care of. They don't have to worry. Thank you.
Airden, can I be the wildebeest?
Yes.
You know, you
Yes, you
guys
can.
hired me, so if you think I'm doing a bad job, then that means you're doing a bad job, because...
Well, listen, Nathan. We just want Selena to feel like she has something to do, and we're gonna leave you to be the supervisor. You don't have to do any work, but you're just gonna watch, and that's what we need you to do. And we're counting on you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Selena
Why
and
are you
Nathan...
staring at me? What do you want me to do? You
Leave.
just keep looking at me. I'm not doing anything, guys.
It's because you're still standing here.
Well, yeah, because I live here.
He's got a point. I mean,
So where do you want me to go? There's like only half a boat here.
we don't want him to leave the ship because he's going to come back. He's going to start a pyramid scheme. I know what's going to happen here. And then they will take the boat from us.
Pyramid scheme? You told me it was, multi-castle marketing.
I didn't say anything yet. You're putting words in my mouth, young lady.
But you got me to sign a contract.
Well, if you look closely, it's just a blank piece of paper.
Duh, not again. And she quickly clambers
Again.
off up the dock and onto the gangway of the ship, and she begins passing the message along to the crew.
See, look, trickle-down economics. The word is trickling down.
Thank you so much, Nathan.
Anytime.
As we're
How many-
walking away, I'm just gonna be like, if he were hit by like a very large wagon, I would be driving the wagon.
Insurance scam. Great idea.
Or
Hates him
maybe someone
so
might
much.
just have to drop an arrow at his head.
Oh,
That
yeah,
would
he
be
could
real weird.
he could fall on some arrows. Oh, what a fantastic idea!
I could throw another barrel.
Alright, so as you guys all sort of plot out all these unfortunate things that might befall your treasurer, you all sort of wander back into the streets, having a look around at this this small seaside town that has seen better days. And you're realizing with the gold you have, it might be a good idea to talk to one of the smiths or one of the shopkeepers to up your gear, or you had also been told to talk to the innkeeper who knew a little bit about the druids. Phelan, this is what Judy had told you, that he comes from his descendants have been here for some time, and if anybody were to know about the forest druids who live in the deep, dark parts of the forest, it would be him. And you also remember that Judy is still hoping to hear that you will be willing to accept her offer of accepting her on board the ship in exchange for her taking you out into the deep parts of the forest.
I just want to say real quick, as they're walking back, who's been very quiet all day. Oddly, very, very oddly, like really pensive and withdrawn. He just suddenly goes, guys, I know it's kind of bad to think this way about your friends, but I don't know if I trust the mayor a whole lot, because I was getting really scared, and I asked Friendship the other night, and he's like, yeah, you should probably sleep outside. So I did, just because I was a little paranoid he would do something, because I, like, told him he was doing a weird thing. He was, like, getting caught up in, like, lies and stuff. And then he's like, good point, little guy. Anyway, and then he just ignored me again. And I think he's trying to hide something. Like, he's like, oh, I'll give you guys a battleship. And then, with what? There's nothing. They couldn't defend against one slave trader. You think they have a battleship to just toss around?
Yeah, I was gonna raise some concerns. Did y'all notice anything about the house when we walked in? How old everything was? Nothing was taken care of. You think someone who's as sophisticated as he is would be taking care of that? You'd have all that stuff would be polished. I'm starting to think he's not who he says he is. I know rich people. I've stolen from quite a bit of them. And that guy is not a rich person.
That much I know.
Yeah.
Just feel bad, because he took the Friendship, right? It took him a little bit, but he did take the rat, and I just don't like thinking that way about friends. I don't know if they're friends.
No, you're right to be concerned.
It also was really uncomfortable on the ground last night.
Why don't you sleep on a bedroll?
Because I was scared he was gonna slit my throat in the night!
No, like a bedroll. Like it's a rolled up bit of thing that you sleep on. That's what we use for camping. You put a bedroll on the ground, then you lay on the bedroll.
You could have used one of the bags of sugar I stole as a pillow.
Why didn't you do that?
It was quite a night last night.
I didn't hear any of it.
No, you were outside.
Yeah,
Tell you
I
what,
saw it.
Well, I think all of your concerns are very valid, Mac. And I think it's definitely worth asking around and gathering some information from all the other townsfolk here, just to see if we can get a better picture of who this guy is and what the situation is.
there's only one person I know that's good at that.
Me!
Last,
Oh.
Yeah.
you wouldn't mind poking around town to the quote-unquote undesirable, see what they know?
Yeah. Sounds like fun.
The three of us need to go to talk to the innkeeper. We need to maintain appearances, unfortunately, for the whole we're going to deal with your problem thing, so we're going to ask.
I mean, we should still probably do that too. I didn't say we shouldn't do that.
Oh yes, absolutely. I just don't want to go into the woods, deal with a problem, and then come back to an ambush. So if we know it's coming, then we can prepare for it.
I bet Nathan Fielder's good at prepping for stuff like that.
Nathan Fielder is good at target practice for Phelan, and as a punching bag for me.
I'm so glad he's helpful.
Yep, everybody plays their role in this crew.
All right.
Yeah.
So you guys have delegated your tasks. Vlas, you go scouring off into the, I want to say the nooks and alcoves of the town, but it's a pretty small place, so you just start, loitering around places and seeing what your ears pick up. Meanwhile, the three of you go to visit the inn, and Kurt will break from you for a moment as we go to the three of you. So, you go walking into the inn. Being late morning, not too much is happening. Obviously, they don't really do much for breakfast around here. The chairs are still up. And actually just quickly put up a bit of a background of lovely inn. Okay. So, there's a few people hanging around. You can smell the lingering stench of alcohol, mead, ales, etc. A few people are there smoking and reading, but more or less pretty tame. A few of the cleaners are bustling about, getting things ready, whereas the innkeeper, a pudgy halfling, peruses a book.
Hi!
Alright. Kurt, I will get you to come back real quick, as you will be voicing Troggle, the halfling innkeeper. Troggle is known for his rude, curt attitude and dislike of most people, despite being in the hospitality industry. Now, don't worry about important information. If they score high enough, I will tell you the things you remember, but feel free to say hello and interact.
Ah, Christ, more new people. What do you want?
You saw us last night. We were at the meeting.
Yeah, I know. You caused a big uproar. Yay.
Yay! I'm back
Is he on?
because I need to talk to you about something.
Is he on something?
I'm just high on life.
Unfortunately, he's
very
always
friendly.
chipper.
Oh, lucky you.
I use the power of friendship.
Yeah, and I use the power of alcohol to get through the day. What do you want?
Speaking of ale, please.
Yeah. There you
I'm
go.
here to go take care of the werewolves, so you want to know about them.
Werewolves. Yeah, okay.
I mean,
What do
you
you
heard
want?
the meeting. They're here. That's why you're building the wall.
Yeah, it's kind of late for the meeting. We've already know. Yeah, but anyways, just, what do you want to know? Same thing. The last few people who have been in here to try and take them on. They get killed, come back, in trails. I'm just saying this now.
Wait, how do they get killed and come back?
And with
I
that, we're
don't
actually
know.
going to quickly dip into our first improv challenge of the night, as Troggle begins telling you a tale of the first smartasses who thought they could go and defeat the werewolves. Now, this is a popular improv game called Superheroes. Our twist on it, instead of being famous superheroes like "Thank goodness you're here," fastest kid in the world. You are going.
One real fast.
Quiet you. Our characters are going to do something that works in the universe, like "Thank God you're here, illiterate wizard." Something along those lines. And each character has to introduce the next person. So we will start with Ryan, who is the party leader known as Guy Sexington, the self-proclaimed leader of the world.
Wait, I'm sorry, I'm a little confused. What am I doing exactly?
You are a party leader, and you've recruited 3 other party members to go and slay these werewolves. Now, this is happening as an aside, as we're essentially reenacting the tale that Troggle is telling.
All right, you beautiful young lads and ladies, are we ready to get moving? I'm waiting for the holla.
It's not every day somebody points at me with their pants.
Oh, I do that all the time.
Ah, come on, man.
All right, so Ryan, you got to introduce Kurt now to give him his power.
Okay, I'm just bad at this. Hi.
Sorry, this is disclaimer. This is the first time we've done this game, so be gentle.
So wait, I'm giving a power.
Effectively introducing a party member.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm thirsty. This is my sexy ass friend, Mr. Big Ass Gnome. I think his real name's Terry.
Hi, everybody. What's going on?
Oh, listen
Watch
to
the
those
fanny.
claps.
Watch the fanny. Watch the fanny. Excuse me, pardon me. Excuse me. Sorry about your drink. Sorry about that. Oh, God, it does that all the time. Sorry. Okay.
That literally big ass gnome. I just...
Oh,
That's exactly what I intended, by the way.
these bar stools are never big enough. Ugh. I can feel it going up my ass.
I think you ate it.
Yeah, hang on.
Not again.
Okay, we're good.
Alrighty.
Oh,
And Kurt, Charlie's character walks in. Please introduce his character.
oh, good. Well, you've met both of us. Please welcome my good friend, Crooked Tooth Smooth Talk.
So,
That crooked tooth, it looks fantastic. Sex man. Oh yeah.
Alright.
and you're here. You're here. Oh.
Wendy! Wendy! Wendy!
I introduce Wendy. She is lovely elf from underground.
Hey guys! I'm here now. Sorry I'm running late. I was just getting a new dirt facial done, but I'm ready to go now. So, what's the news? What's the hap? What's the plan? What's the party?
Alright, so...
Alright!
Oh
This
yeah,
is
those
the-
indie bands, so underground.
This is the band that went out to fight the werewolves, and we're just gonna give a quick recap of what happened when they actually fought the werewolves. If you can all reenact that battle very quickly.
I explode instantly.
I am pretty sure intestines should be inside.
My ass! They took my ass!
This is kind of awkward. I don't really want to get sweaty or anything. So can you guys just take care of these werewolves without me? I'll be on the sides. I'll cheer you guys on and be like, yeah, go team. But I think it'd be best if I just sit out.
It's gone. It's gone.
And scene. Troggle. So that was the unfortunate part of the first group of asses who thought that they could take care of the island's lycanthrope problem. They were not up for, they were not right for the positions to begin with, and they were all maimed or just ran away. So Troggle, you want to know what exactly is going to make these bozos actually solve the problem.
Yeah. So like I was saying, you really think you're going to be able to do it?
I mean, as far as I know, none of us have asses to eat chairs, so yeah, probably. We're just
Well-
built different.
Person I would have led with that.
Well, that is a plus. Just if you do get ripped apart, maimed, whatever, please do not come in here. I do not want to clean up blood again.
I promise you, if I get disemboweled and murdered, I will not talk to you ever again.
This is the last place I want to come.
Good, because it's the last place I want you at. Great.
Right.
Fantastic. So, any information about the deep forest? I believe I think someone, I think it was Ruun who'd said something he knew about druids, sort of thing.
Huh, Ruun?
Yeah.
That asshole? Okay.
Troggle, you don't like talking about the druids all that much. You see, your family, well, halflings themselves are not long-lived. You can stretch your family ties back to the original settlers of this place. And the original war was between the settlers who were mostly shipwrecked individuals trying to just survive, were being picked off by these druids. Unlike normal, the druids that you're used to are peaceful but firm defenders of the forest or of the sea or whatever land they feel is rooted to their ancestry. These druids, there was something different about that, and their stories were melded into bedtime or campfire horror stories used to scare children throughout the ages. But you don't want to recollect too much of this, unless these people can be a little more convincing.
Oh, the druids. You're talking about the deep fake druids that we have going on here. Yeah. Bunch of warmongering mercenaries, if you ask me.
Wow, tell me more.
Now we're gonna need a diplomacy check from one of you.
Okay. I ask, pretty please tell me a little bit more.
Whereas Phelan, I'm gonna need a perception check from you, please.
I give him a little eyelashes like...
Alright. Phelan, you can... As Mac bats his eyelashes, you can see Troggle getting obviously annoyed. And Troggle, you don't want to say a thing. You don't want to...
Slide a gold piece toward him while Mac is fluttering his eyelids.
Alright.
I don't have eyelashes, let's do them back. But I like
Just fluttering his eyelids, okay. And Phelan, you notice that his demeanor stiffens quite a bit as he's spitting out this stuff about these druids. You can see there's a distance in his eye, and the skin on his arm slightly wrinkles into goose flesh. And then, as Eridan slides a gold piece across the bar, you see his demeanor change. And, Eridan, please give me a diplomacy roll of your own. You guys aren't good at this.
No.
So,
Easy, I'm great at it. 16 is a solid number.
Troggle, you take the gold, and you just pocket it. And as far as you're concerned, business is done.
Sorry.
Alright.
I'm taking that whole thing for the beer.
Let's see if we can actually get somewhere. Listen, Mr. Innkeeper. My friends here, they mean well. Even if their actions are a little odd. But I'm pretty sure I understand how you feel and where you're coming from. I am also from the forest. I know of the different creatures and the different people who live in the forest. And I understand what it's like to be proud of your people and what it's like to see those people change. And if you're willing to help us, I would gladly do anything in my power to help restore this forest to its natural state and its people back to normal, back where everything should be.
All right, Phelan. You lean in, you look him right in the eyes, and you give him that speech. And you make one final diplomacy check, as we see if Troggle's stout heart is moved. Troggle, you calm down. You can tell that these guys aren't quite the showboating idiots that you thought they were when you saw them grandstanding last night. And for the first time in a long time, you feel kind of hopeful that somebody might actually deal with this and things can go back to the way they were.
Oh. Seems like you got a good head on your shoulders. The other one looks like he could bust some tables for me.
And thus you
Anyways. Go on.
And so, you all spend a moment talking about everything that's been going on from the innkeeper's perspective. And since everybody comes to the watering hole, he knows everybody's stories. You know that there's more going on than meets the eye. For one, Ruun is a bit of a difficult character. He led something of a violent revolution, but now he's kind of up in the manor house and refuses to reach out for help to any ship, will not align himself with anyone, and is pretty quick at diffusing any attempt by anyone else to send out a ship to Ironhold or any other faction for help. And while the occupying forces of Ironhold kind of deserved what they got, there was a bit of sickness to it, as Ruun kind of turned the execution of these the occupying forces into a parade, and he had them all stripped and marched them around for a while, left them out in the cold, and then stretched them out to be used as fishing bait for the boats. And Phelan, you suddenly remember Judy being so afraid, and how she was saying she's from Ironhold and refuses and is terrified of people knowing who she is and where she's from, and that's why she's worked so hard to try and remain undercover. And then, with a heavy heart and a distant look in his eye, Troggle starts talking about the druids. And while druids respect the laws, either the laws of the forest, the laws of nature, these are druids who seem to be obsessed with the laws of death. And from the folklore that was passed down by his ancestors, it seemed like they, at first, were welcoming the settlers, and then the settlers were vanishing, and it was as if some of the old trees in the dark part of the forest, some of them consumed people. But he assumes that's just a story that they said to scare people off, and there's no doubt in his mind that the werewolves are, a long time ago, they were able to finally fight off the druids. They've got them to retreat, and besides, and there was just this kind of awareness of the space. For the longest time, for generations, the settlers, the ancestors of the settlers stayed out of the dark part of the forest. They didn't go that deep, and they maintained respectful logging practices, and the forces that lived in those dark woods never came out. But after the desolation of the island and them getting desperate for lumber, they were hoping that these old wives' tales were nothing more than just old fairy tales. But Troggle knows that that's wrong. And whether it's the druids or the spirits that were summoned by the druids, whatever it is, the forest is now trying to win that last battle with the islanders. The tale ends, Troggle, just as your hand comes around and goes,
"Excuse me, Mr. Troggle, but I think it's time to start preparing for lunch."
Oh, yeah, is it that time already? Oh, yeah, it is. Slop time. But anyways, yeah. That's about it.
Well, where are they?
They're obviously not here.
I mean, the werewolves have been killing people, so where are they?
I mean, not here. You want to find them, go look at what's left of the forest.
Okay, that's all I was asking. You don't gotta be mean about it. I thought we were friends.
Just thank you very much for your time.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for sharing with us.
Thanks. I love you.
It's very
Long back.
sweet, Mac.
Hello, everybody.
I know.
And with that, you all leave Troggle to his business and exit the inn. And this is where we will do
place.
Sorry?
I said I hate this place.
Very good.
We have a ship. You want to come with us?
All right. You have half a ship, and it's kind of owned on a contingency at this point. You have to rid the town of these werewolves, and now you're learning that it might be connected to a druidic cult that worships death. The plot thickens, and when we come back, we're going to see what the word on the street is with Vlas the Ass. And, all right, so I'll see you all in a few minutes, and then we will hear from our judges. What do they think so far? We will be right back. All right, so judges, let's begin with Sam, our acting and performance judge. Please let us know who is currently in first place and who's your runner-up, why that is, and any other fun moments that you want to highlight that you've felt tonight.
You are making this so difficult. It is incredibly difficult for me. Well, first off, I've got to tell you, can I give the highlights first? Can I do that first?
Do it in any order.
All
Please
right.
talk about me.
And so humble.
I
Well-
always am.
Well, anyway, I got to give you some really good highlights here. First off, I have to say, all of you are amazing. Okay, all of you, every single one of you. You guys crack me up, but you're also incredibly dramatic. I love it. But I got to tell you something. Multi-castle marketing. Okay, can I get in on this? Okay, multi-castle marketing.
Yeah,
I
sure.
mean-
I'm just gonna have you sign this contract right here, and then we can get on with it.
Okay, Ryan,
Hi.
you're right up there with Bernie Madoff. Okay, yeah, I mean this is just incredible. But multi-castle marketing, this is it. And also the wildebeest just kind of showing up right there, going, "Hey, I'm all for that too." But as far as first place goes, and I hate playing favorites here because I just don't like to do it. I'm gonna have to say Kurt. Okay, Kurt.
Yeah.
Kurt, yeah, Kurt. Second place, I'm gonna have to say Ryan. All right,
Yeah.
Ryan, and am I allowed to say third place, fourth place,
Yeah,
any of that?
You can if you want, but it's just
want?
It's just your first place.
first
and
place
your
and runner-up. And it's also so
Okay.
far things could change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it could change. But right now it's Kurt and Ryan.
All right.
Okay. But this story is just getting me. I'm just
Ooh.
like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
Somebody can come up and kick me off my pedestal. I mean, so you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but one more. The whole gnome with the ass. is killing me.
Yeah. Got ass as big as a couch.
The ass is big as a couch. I'm telling you. Exactly. That is just getting me. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Just keep rocking. Just keep doing what you're doing.
All right. Thank you so much,
That's
Sam.
it. You're welcome.
Love having you on the show. And to
Thank you.
my buddy Chris, as the Pathfinder guru here. What are you thinking of now? It's again mostly social encounters. The last couple sessions have been like that. But what are your impressions so far?
Well, I mean, on one hand, it's like, oh God, I'm gonna have to do the boring stuff. But I kind of knew that coming into this. For one thing, there's only been 4 rolls, and I have to admit, this is the funniest thing I've seen in a while. Looking at these rolls and going, Not a single one above average. Let's go. Having said that, though, I do have to admit it is interesting watching you as DM realize what a NPC's focus is, so that would like lower the DC of the particular check, and Phelan's ability to actually figure out what that is and run with it.
Mhm.
Not a bad thing. That said, I have to admit, I did giggle when Max was like, I flicked my eyelashes at him. I'm like, you're a kobold. What eyelashes?
I just got this wet flapping noise, like just very, very slight.
I'm just imagining
gross.
the second eyelids clicking closed from Men in Black 1. Remember those? From that one alien? Yeah.
He glued
So
them
I
to
guess-
his eyes.
Yeah.
He thought he looked pretty.
Yeah. It's like, I'm trying to be
Rapper's
all
gotta go
loving.
somewhere, guys.
Okay, blink, 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 blinkety, blink, blink, blink. So, but in this case, it's really a lot of it is a lot of socialization, which I personally enjoy, but there's not really a whole lot of gameplay angles to talk about with that. Having
Give
said
me
that,
negative points. I forgot to use guidance every single time.
why though? Why did you have to tell me that? You know,
Because I need to be
fair.
fair.
You don't have to be fair. This is Pathfinder. You don't play fair. But now you mention it, I have to bring it up. But then again, quick casting is always kind of a rude thing to do. So, yeah, no, that is definitely the case. There is no such thing as fair, especially in Pathfinder. Especially in Pathfinder. Having said that, that's the whole reason why currently my first place is Phelan, because again, working within the system while also working within the character is a strong positive. It also helps that Phelan's choice of wording does work within the character as well. Having said that, I'm
A 3, and his result was 16. Like,
right. Yes, the
Which is
lowest
apparently
roll.
like one below the DC,
and
at least the one that passed.
yeah. So it's one of those. If you had rolled anything close to average, you'd have been great. Just saying.
He just doesn't like lizards.
I was just gonna say, my only
Racist.
advice to you: roll better.
Yeah.
we'll get on that.
Guided myself.
You hear that, computer?
Get on that random button and just say no. I want only over 10.
Hack the system.
If I roll a D10, I can only get 10s. That's how it works.
Oh no!
That
There are
is
certain
not-
games you don't want a 10 in.
We begin Act 2, and as our trio leaves the inn to go and regroup, we cut to Vlas the Ass, who is had his ear to the street, trying to get the pulse of the neighborhood. And so, we are going to begin with our our next improv challenge. If you'll allow, this will be a moment. So first, I'm going to start with some antics from Vlas the Ass as he tries to interrogate random people nonchalantly. And I am going to give our characters, or I'm going to give Kayla, Charlie, and Ryan some secret prompts here. And...
Oh, my character
right,
doesn't
so-
have an arm. Ah, my hand is gone.
It's because I ripped it off and you deserved it.
All right, so Kurt, I want to see you sleuthing around. Give us some give us some antics to entertain our 3 audience members while I quickly
Do a flip.
Oh. Oh, wait, that's right. Orcs can't flip. Oh. Oh, that knocked breakfast out of me in the lower
Alrighty.
head. Oh.
So, Vlas the Ass, as you go stalking around, please give me a thievery check as you just kind of see where to go to get the scoop on things.
And... I'm coming back for that later.
Alrighty.
Wow. I don't ever seen one of those made out of gold. Where is that? Oh, it's fake.
So, you come across just some stable jockey who's just grooming some horses, who will be played by Charlie. And you figure, Vlas, stable boys are usually a good source of information because, well, everybody needs a horse, from the very rich to the farmers. Maybe this guy's heard something.
Hey, stable boy. Over here. Hi.
Kevin.
Kevin. Nice. Hey, you by chance know where I can find the werewolves?
You're actually talking to me. That's... Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. No, yeah, I can totally... Yes. Yes. Please, have a seat. I have a bench somewhere. Here it is. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Did you want a drink? I can get you a drink. I actually have really good rainwater. I run it through a bunch of filters. It's mostly like sandstone and a couple of just try it. I also boiled it to get all the impurities and stuff like that. So it's just see what you think. But yeah, no werewolves. That's deep. That's harsh, man. That's harsh. Yeah, they've been ravaging the areas. Like it's been bad. It's been bad. Like I saw, it's weird, really, when you find your cousin twice, and like over the span of 2 city blocks. Like it's really, it was kind of. I mean, he owed me money, so it wasn't that. Anyway, the first attack actually was about, I would say it was probably last Thursday. Was it Thursday? No, it was Friday. No, you know what? It was Thursday because I went to my Aunt Petunia's house and she makes strawberry rhubarb pie for that. So it was definitely a Thursday because I remember having rhubarb pie.
Yeah.
No, you know what? It was. You know what? It was definitely a Friday because she had made the rhubarb pie before and it wasn't warm, so it was a cold rhubarb pie, which means she made it on Thursday. I was eating it on Friday. That's my bad. Anyway, so Friday rolls around and these werewolves show up, and I'm at my Aunt Petunia's house. Actually, you know what? I think it was my Uncle Gerald. My Uncle Gerald had that house.
Vlas the Ass, you know that if you want to get anything out of this guy, you got to change your strategies. You've ran into this type of person before, the Rambler. Oh. And if you're not firm about your questions, you're in for one hell of a ride.
So my Uncle Gerald.
Hey! Look, hey. Lovely story. Absolutely great. Can't think of a better thing. Honestly. Now, werewolves.
Now, Vlas, to grease the wheels, you want to, you can try diplomacy or if you're starting to feel this guy really cross your temper, you might even want to try intimidation to try to get the facts out of him.
That's why I'm telling you. This is what I'm telling you. My Uncle Gerald, he used to deal with werewolves before, like back in the day. Anyway, that's what he said. But according to my aunt, Petunia, Aunt Petunia and Uncle Gerald split like a long time ago because he kept telling tall tales, and it was it was getting
Listen,
bad.
kid!
I'm sorry.
Werewolves now, or you're gonna see something a lot scarier than a furry standing creature.
And Kyle, you realize maybe this guy might mean business, and you don't know exactly where to find the werewolves. The werewolves live in the deep forest, but your uncle and aunt have been talking about. They noticed that there's some strange going-ons, and some of the people aren't acting like they used to be, and you're pretty sure that someone around here is actually a werewolf.
Look, man. It's cool. It's cool. I brought up because so I get this thing. People don't talk to me because I'm the stable guys. They just like throw coins at my feet. Literally, I have to pick them up out of horse shit. It's horrible. And then I have to wash it in. Oh, I gave you the wrong water. Anyway,
Come here!
I'm sorry. Look, I'm just the only reason I brought up my Aunt Petunia and Uncle Gerald is because they were talking the other day over that cold rhubarb pie, and they were saying that some of the people weren't really acting like themselves, and then they started thinking that someone was a werewolf, and then they wanted to keep it to themselves because they have silver cutlery. I don't know. My uncle and aunt have silver cutlery. They were just going to invite everyone over, and then they were going to find out who got burnt. I don't know. That was the plan. And I don't know anymore, and you're very scared.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
You know what? Here. For your trouble. You say they throw them at your feet. Clean it off.
Okay.
All right. And Flask the Ass, you now go wandering around. You've been to the stables. The next spot is, of course, the ports. A lot of stuff goes in at the ports, and you know the types of guys that hang around the ports. They're salty fellows who usually can be bought, and they hear lots of stories. And so, sitting on a shallow cliff, just kind of with his feet dangling over one of the rocks, casting a fishing rod in, smoking on a heavy pipe, you see this grizzly old sea captain. Just sitting there, and you think, this guy's probably seen some shit.
Hey, old man.
Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck. Well, you know what? Fuck it. And why are you in such a pissed off mood? So the werewolves? The woods being
No,
ripped
it's
out?
you. It be you. I said go
Yeah,
fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself. Go fuck myself. Okay. I've had a really, really bad last couple of days. Alright? I was the
Might
hero.
not care.
I'm gonna kill everyone on this land, including the werewolves. I'm gonna kill everyone, every last one.
Okay. And like I said, go fuck yourself.
Maybe we can.
I thought this was enough for you.
Let's try some diplomacy. What did Aridin tell me?
Now, Vlas, remember,
nice.
we're in the second act. None of you have used your roses yet, so if you want to re-roll that, feel free. But...
Sure, why not? I just made a stable boy shit his pants, so I'll try and be nice here.
All right. So, right.
You leave me alone if I tell you what you're looking for.
Yes, nothing would make me happier than to walk away from you.
Likewise.
Now, what do you know about these werewolves and everything, old timer?
They be
Now,
shitheads.
Sorry, Ryan, go ahead.
Shitheads.
Yeah. Yeah. They come in, they kill the people. I don't really care, but I'm getting really annoyed with them.
Well, I bet so. Do you by chance know where they come from?
Trees somewhere, I think.
Trees. Oh, that really fucking narrows it down.
Well, you
Yeah,
think
okay.
I go in the forest often? I be a captain.
Sorry, gotta
Does
stop
this
laughing.
look like the face of a hiker to you?
Kurt, you give me a give me a society roll, please. Okay. So you don't know the ins and outs of this place yet. You know, every port town looks the same to you. All you have to go on so far is the last bit of information you got. The stable boy was saying about some of the locals who have been acting differently. So if he doesn't go into the forest, maybe he knows something about the locals and can tell you who among them has been acting differently.
You been noticing anyone acting differently?
You?
Me. Well, now. Okay. Anyone howling at the moon? Biting chunks out of each other?
I mean, that just sounds like it be any city.
Yeah, you got me there. Okay. Old timer. Who do you know in this little village, port, whatever, is acting differently than their normal, just whatever they are selves?
Pricks.
Who?
No, they be pricks. That's what I said.
They be pricks. Are they not normally pricks?
No, they're normally pricks. Everyone here.
Ryan, so
Yeah.
that gives you something you recall. There's been a couple of families that have kind of been known for being pricks, and one of them has this daughter who's suddenly become all friendly and overly inquisitive about everything.
She likes
and
to run around.
She likes to run around. And you, as he brings up that, that's the only thing that comes to mind. Kid who's not
There'd be
acting the
this-
same anymore.
There be this lass, she likes dashing to and fro, and she used to be one of the quiet pricks, now she be one of the louder pricks.
You talking about the little girl that was talking about her mom?
Maybe I wasn't there.
Little girl. Alright, well. You know what? Thank you for your time, old timer.
Go fuck yourself.
Hey, what? You're right. But real quick, what's that in the water right there?
Ain't falling for that one again.
You're right. Screw it. Have a nice swim, asshole.
Roll a strength saving throw.
Yeah, go for it. For fun, Vlad, give me an acrobatics check. And this old man, Ryan, just give me a flat
Bye-bye.
D20 roll.
Oh my god.
Okay, so Ryan, this old man gets some air as he goes launching off of this rock, fishing around, flipping around in the distance. Oh God! And Vlas, you hear a satisfactory splash as this old man plummets into the water.
Then he buckles up and he's not moving.
Nah, you deserved it.
Town is gonna love us when we save it. Just
All right, so now, Vlas, as you make your way around town, give me a thievery check, please, as you kind of sleuth your way about. Alrighty, so yeah, given all that you know, you work your way from the inn, go to a couple different districts. It's a pretty small place, but yeah, you eventually come to a spot where you see near some of the dilapidated farmhouses where not much is going on anymore. You recognize one little girl playing with sticks.
Hey, it's you.
Hi. Who's you? I don't remember. Hi. Did you run real fast?
No, but you do. You were talking about
I do. I run so fast. Do you want to see how fast I run? Oh,
Sure, why not?
I bet I could beat you in a race, right? 1, 2, 3, go! Do you see that? I went all around the town just like that, so fast. Isn't that so cool? You ever run that fast sometimes?
No, I'm too heavy for that.
Well, maybe you should practice running so you can run real fast just like me. And my mommy says I run real fast, and she says that I always be running all around the town and I get in people's way, but I can't help it. I gotta run real fast. I gotta practice running real fast, so I just run around anywhere. What's your name, sir?
My name is Vlas.
Vlas?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Something you'll understand when you're older.
Vlas kind of sounds like fast. Does that mean you run real fast?
No, not as fast as you. Is your mom home?
So my mommy, she went out. Sometimes she just goes out. I don't know where she goes. And sometimes I don't know where she goes because I'm too busy running fast. And I run so fast I can't see nobody. I can't see where my mommy go because I run real fast. Do you have any friends, Vlas?
Yeah, you met them the other night. We were the new people that walked into the inn.
Oh, I remembers now. Oh, yeah, you were at the meeting where everybody was talking, and I got to tell everybody that I run real fast, and nobody really wanted to hear about how I run real fast, but they were all talking about some weird stuff. I don't really know what they were talking about, but I think if we were friends, we would talk about, me and you, we would talk about run real fast, and we could get your friends, and your friends could run real fast too with us. And we won't have to talk to any of the lame adults here. We just run real fast, yeah?
Yeah. Do you have other friends who run real fast?
There's some other people who runs, but they definitely don't run as fast as me. Because I run super duper fast. Sometimes people say I run so fast, I gotta be like, super fast creature, like a super fast zoom. I always go zooming, and nobody else can be as fast as me, because they are just not as good as me.
Now, Vlas, you're realizing that in order to befriend this girl and get her to tell you what you need to know, you might have to race her.
You know what? Let's have ourselves a little race. How about that?
You want to have voice? I would love to have voice. Oh my goodness gracious, I would love to have voice. Let's have voice right now.
Okay.
All right. So, Kayla, your character is going to pick the starting and the finish line. And then, Kayla, you're going to give me a flat d20 roll. And Vlas the Ass, you are going to make an athletics check.
Oh no.
Oh, don't worry, your athletics is pretty high.
Not this time.
Oh, that's okay.
Well, okay.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. Okay. It's okay. We just go around, okay? We go around and we gotta start over here and then you run all the way down there and then you gotta come back, okay? That's
Okay.
nice.
Okay. Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Wow, you went fast.
Yeah.
You get so fast.
I don't know, but I feel like I'm gonna die. Excuse me while I have a heart attack.
How's you run so fast?
Kayla,
You run
you
fast?
don't like losing, and it's making you very angry that he beat you.
How do you run so fast? I asked you how you run so fast. I am the fastest person on this island. And how you run faster than me? That's just not right.
The world ain't fair, kid. You lose sometimes. It happens. What's the matter? Your mom never teach you that?
I don't.
And Vlas, you stare in horror as this little child's skin begins splitting open. Gray, black fur pushing through her skin. And where there was once this cute little face, the snout and snarling maw of a werewolf that stands an adorable 4 feet high.
What? It's you. It's. Oh, great.
Now, Vlas, give me an initiative roll. And Kayla, you can keep acting as the werewolf, but I will make some rolls on your behalf.
That would be perception, right?
On the main page, there's the initiative. It says initiative/perception. Oops, I keep spelling where wrong. I'm spelling like a warehouse working wolf.
Okay, so the percent. All right.
Yeah. All right.
Imagining us leaving the inn and Aridin gets a chill. Sorry, sorry. The
Well,
last
we
time.
had a real productive day in there. I'm sure glad nothing bad happened.
Yeah. Sorry, I just got a weird chill. Normally that only happens when Vlas is being mean to children. I'm sure it's nothing.
I'm sure it's nothing.
All right. So Vlas, being a rogue, you're kind of ready for anything, and you snap into a defensive position as Kayla, your little werewolf girl, kind of trips over her own very lanky feet. Vlas. Vlas, what would you do? What would you like to do? We are now in combat encounter.
Well, she just
If
tripped
Curtis
over
were
her
here,
own
we'd
feet.
have some cool music, but unfortunately, we do not.
Oh, she just tripped over her own feet. I'm just gonna try and run up and grab her, put both of her feet in her hand, just hold her upside down.
All right.
Like a wild animal.
This is going to require a very strong athletics check, please, Vlas. As this creature thrashes and scratches at you. And bursts free of your grip.
You don't touch me.
Vlas.
Yeah.
You've got 2 more actions. What would you like to do?
I wonder. Kid. Wait a minute. I'm gonna take a fish out of my pocket. I'm gonna throw it on the ground and see if it distracts her, see if it calms her ass down.
All right, and just a quick gameplay note for Chris. Vlas has an attribute that allows him to, I forget what it's called, like good thing I got this. It's essentially a components pouch, but for just miscellaneous items. So something like a fish is something he can have just in case of a situation like this.
Oh, right, I had that haddock I was saving earlier.
That's
Always be
that's
prepared.
how it's
That's the Boy
described
Scout
in the
marching theme
book.
song.
It's luckily I bought this blank when nobody was watching. Luckily, I put this haddock in my pocket. All right. So
It keeps my rats.
Vlas, you throw a fish at the feet of this werewolf. Now, please give me. Sorry, I'm gonna open. Now you can either. I want to know in your. In what is your intention? Are you trying to deceive this tiny werewolf so you can make an attempt to grab her again, or are you trying to coax her out of her rage?
I'm trying to coax her out of her rage.
All right, so give me a diplomacy check, please. Jesus, okay.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Kayla, you look to him, you're angry,
I
you've
did.
got your claws out, and you want to rip him apart, but then you see this fish, and it smells so good, and it reminds you of the time that you and your daddy went fishing. That was before Mommy made Daddy go away because Mommy kept throwing bottles at him, and it was really annoying. And you'd go fish, and you remember the smell of the ocean and the taste of the fish. And so, Kayla, before you know it, you grab the fish in your mouth, and you're scared because now you realize that you're come out of your rage, but you know what you're doing is wrong, and you have to go. And with that, you grab the fish, and you run. You run really,
real fast.
really fast.
Fish is squeaking the whole time.
Hey, no, kid, wait. They're never gonna
And-
believe me.
Vlas, unless you try to pursue, you watch this creature who can run really, really fast as she dashes off out towards the fields where the stumps of trees and the muddy reservoirs remain.
Let's see here. Come on, Blast, use your brain. Chase her.
Vlas attempts to use his brain. Give me an intelligence check, please. That sounds rude, but it's actually helpful.
I did. It's the score one, right? Not the bonus? Or
No, you roll the bonus, and then that's just going to automatically roll a d20 and add the bonus you have to it.
okay.
Vlas, you know that you can't outrun a werewolf that's moving at full speed.
And if I follow her, it's gonna lead me to the others. Yeah, but it's gonna lead me to the others. And I'm gonna be by myself. I am not dying today.
All right. So, Vlas, as you leave the battleground, you suddenly see people beginning to gather as if they heard the snarls and the howls. Whether they know, however, what they know is a mystery. How much they saw, you don't know. So with that, I'm just going to say as you all wander around town, Phelan, Mac, and Eridan, you catch up with Vlas the Ass as he suddenly seems winded.
Wow,
You
you
can
look
run-
like you ran real fast.
Damn it!
Yeah. I also fought one of them damn werewolves. technically.
How did you win?
The town?
You're not gonna believe this.
What?
The little girl. The one that runs really fast. She's one of them.
You killed a child?
No, I didn't.
There, you see? There, you see? That shiver, right? What'd you do?
I didn't do anything. I beat her. I beat her in a race. She got mad at me and turned into
Why
it.
would you beat a child in a race?
You have to
Because she
humor
wanted-
and nurture them.
She wanted to race. I was trying to get information, so I thought, okay, maybe if I beat her in a race, I will get information from her.
Oh,
She
you
got mad.
some kind of information, all right?
Well, yeah, technically, I suppose it's alright.
Don't worry, I didn't hurt her. I threw a fish at her and got her to calm down, then she took off into the woods.
Where did you... You know what? Never mind. You took off into the woods.
Yeah.
And you didn't chase her. Look at you using your head.
Yeah.
Well done. You took the higher path. You took the path of the hero. You chose not to die now, but to die later with friends.
Nothing's more heroic than running away. I'm so proud of you.
So now what?
We should probably deal with that.
Yeah.
And we kind of didn't really learn much. We were told that druids we already knew existed, and it
Well,
sounds
I
like
mean-
you knew a werewolf existed that we knew existed, so
Well,
I
we also
say it
know
was
that,
a net gain.
well, we also know that the druids are also somehow dealing with death rather than the whole life thing. So they
I
might
mean,
be-
aren't we all?
I did talk to a stable boy earlier. I had to pick him up by almost his throat because he wouldn't shut the hell up.
What is with you and harming children? Why? Why would you do that?
Look, he told me before he shit his pants that his
Gross.
aunt and uncle were suspecting someone is a werewolf and they're planning on having a dinner party and using actual silverware cutlery. And hoping that if the actual werewolf does show up, that they'll burn themselves on it.
Well, now we don't need to do that. Sounds like we
So
already
I-
figured it out for him.
Well, so, I mean, obviously they already know who one of the other ones might be.
I mean, it's a solid plan, except for that whole what if all of the werewolves show up, get burned, and then turn into werewolves, and then suddenly it's a buffet.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and watch it for the little girl. She's strong. Oh,
Well, you got beat up by a child.
I got beat up by a 4-foot hairy killing machine.
Wow,
That
you got
was-
beat up by a 4-foot dog.
I'm sorry, I'm picturing this, like, red panda, just, rawr, and, oh god.
All
I'm
right.
not being
as you-
sarcastic. I'm genuinely impressed.
As you guys pool all your information, and it seems people don't know a lot about what's going on, but for better for worse, you do have a little bit more information. You know that whatever's going on here is you're not dealing with just simple forest-dwelling protector druids, and you know that one of the werewolves is this little child. And fortunately, Vlas knows the direction she went. And Phelan, you know in your heart that you can probably easily track a beast like that, especially considering how much mud there is in this area. But what you choose to do now, you also know that Judy was hoping you might meet her once the evening had happened. Sorry, towards the end of the night I tend to lose my ability to speak good.
One thing is troubling me, though.
What's up?
Ruun. He's catfolk, yeah?
Mm.
What happens if catfolk get turned into a werewolf?
That's what you're worried about
Well, I
right
mean,
now?
I mean, compared to everything else, everything else is just kind of moot at this point. I mean, we can worry about dying or the weird minutia that is our lives that somehow gives it meaning.
Death is just a friend you haven't met yet.
What he said, but with my voice.
I mean,
just a friend you haven't met yet. Did I do it?
Actually, it's pretty close.
Yeah.
that was good. He's getting better at it.
He is. He is.
All right.
Seriously
And
though, what happens to a catfolk when he turns into a werewolf? That is going to bother the hell out of me.
This is about the
Maybe
time
it's something we
where
can
you
explore later.
where you begin to hear the alarm bell going up. Ta-dong, ta-dong, ta-dong. And you see people beginning to run to and fro as it seems like there's panic. And you hear the telltale sign, or voice of, "Werewolf! I didn't see it! Where? There! What? Werewolf! Where? There, wolf!" Etc., etc., as people seem to scramble.
I know this is a genuine. I know this is a genuine threat, but I'm so glad that exchange just happened. We should help.
But hold on. Idea.
What?
Let's go
Idea.
follow that kid, because all the werewolves are here, and then they're not there, and we can go there and see them there.
And
Yeah.
just let the werewolves ravage all the civilians.
I mean, nothing's really gonna change there. They kind of been holding this place for a while. They took our ship for a wall.
Yeah, but I think I know why they're here.
Why?
What did I just do?
Did you scare their child?
The child.
Yeah,
As a child,
they're
I
here
don't
for.
see how feeding a child is bad.
No, but I did make her angry.
Oh. Once
No.
again, the gods shit in my breakfast. Right, let's deal with this.
All right, and we will, it's a couple minutes early, but we will start next week's session with a lovely werewolf encounter. So,
Oh,
Ow!
ladies and gentlemen,
Woo.
thank you very much for joining us tonight. We hope you
Yes,
enjoyed
thank
these
you.
lovely antics.
Ow!
All right. And we will now go into final scoring. So, starting with Samantha, please let us know the final scores.
My final scores. Well, I am going to I got really into it. I mean, really into the storyline as well. I am going to give well, my final scores. How about for Kurt? He is going to get I didn't really give final scores here, but I am going to Kurt, he has got, let's see. I don't really have a final score, but he's number one in my book right now. Okay. He is number one. Number one. Yeah. He's outstanding. Outstanding. Yeah. Right there. I didn't even keep score. I was just, yeah.
Hey, thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. You were that engrossed, you couldn't
I
even
was.
keep score.
Kurt was that good. Yeah.
I fought a werewolf.
Yeah. he did.
Yes.
He fought a red panda. He did. He fought a red panda. Okay. But also, got to give it up for Kayla, too. Okay. As Phelan. And also as a red panda.
Yeah.
Okay. But final scores, I just got way too into it. Way too into it. A number 3 has got to go to Ryan as well. Ryan, as Mac. Yeah, you did it too. Just got to do it. Oh, Charlie, I'm just going to say all of you. I just can't really choose. Sorry, guys. Guys were awesome.
all get first place.
You all get first place in my book.
We're all
Yes.
winners here.
Guys were
All right.
awesome.
Thank you so much, Sam.
You're
I
welcome.
hope to have you on the show again sometime. And now,
Oh, I love it.
Chris, again, mostly skill checks and I think a couple reflex or fortitude saves. But overall, what did you think?
Honestly, I'm gonna have to agree with Samantha. Blast the ass not only managed to, show me what the grapple checks look like, which I played Pathfinder 1 long enough to know those were hot garbage, and I'm so glad that it's not the case anymore. That is nice. I'm so glad to see that. Having said that, I'm also very impressed with his use of, hey, look what I got in my pocket. And I have to ask, is this class is like Norwegian? Because those are like the whole like Scandinavian area is the only group of people I can imagine who could just reach in the pocket and go, oh yeah, right, I bought this fish. Which I'm wildly okay with, by the way.
It's supposed to be my midnight snack.
Well, apparently it's her midnight snack now.
That's what the sugar was for.
So I'm definitely going to say you took first rank with that in terms of gameplay. In terms of rolling for everyone else, always glad to see that, eventually the good rolls started coming out, and Vlas and the werewolf getting those last like 3 real solid rolls. Good stuff. Especially because they were clearly designed to actually make those kinds of rolls. I was a little bit confused because, honestly, and this is coming from years of play, I will have to admit, but I've played Rangers often enough to know that my first instinct is, oh, the wild animal has run off into the woods, huh? Wonder what I'm doing today. You gotta know, when you're the ranger, that is your game. And now you're also in your game because now you're on a hunt inside of the city. This is like your jam. Mac, you also mentioned it, so I'm going to re-mention it. Guidance.
That +1 would have changed so much for all of us.
Hey, you don't know, man. Sometimes the +1 could change the world.
To be fair, I couldn't do anything the last bit. I was not guiding anyone.
No, that's perfectly fair. And you couldn't guide Vlas as he was, trying his even-handed best to handle the were-corgi. I'm not going to tell you.
Were-corgi.
I mean, I wasn't there. I couldn't guide anyone.
He's adorable. Oh,
The were-panda, were-corgi.
That is precisely how, like, at least 80% of all of my friends will die in a fantasy setting. They're just going to pet something that they have no reason to pet.
100%. If you don't pet the Tarask, what's even the Tarask there for?
Yeah, really.
That's
why I just want to boot the snoot.
I want to pet the ancient great worm. I don't care if it's metallic. But it's chromatic.
I want to pat Tiamat.
I just forgot. Color coded for your convenience. So otherwise, really good rolls, really good choices on rolls too. I didn't see anyone trying to. I know it's gonna sound silly to say, no one tried to get out of their character's comfort zone, which, unless the situation is dire, you probably shouldn't do. So good job, guys. And I hope if I'm brought back in, I'm going to see more things like the weapons being used, more pertinent skills. Like, again, what do I just happen to have in my pocket? Oh, it's a vial of acid. Why do I have this? I'm a thief. What do you want from me?
Don't ask questions.
Yes. Yeah. Stop asking me these things. I went into the alley 5 minutes ago. You don't know what I did back there. So yeah, that's my words for you. Keep your mind on your characters. You guys did very well with that. And remember, sometimes that +1 does help. Especially because it helped Phelan. Because I think probably the DC was higher for everyone else until Phelan, mentioned her stuff, and I was like, that's what needs to happen.
All right. Thank you very much, Chris. All right. So this, everybody, thank you for playing. We are the Actor's Dungeon. if you enjoyed any part of this or you found it minimally offensive, please do leave us a like, or we'd love you forever if you could subscribe to our channel. As being YouTubers, it really does help us grow, helps us stand out, and we can continue delivering to you more enjoyable and silly content. So, good night from me. I am your game master, Mike Kosh. Good night from...
Good night, cow. Good night, moon. Good night, cow.
Someone say moon. Oh,
Jumping over the moon.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, werewolf.
Good night.
All right.
Good night to my giant non-existent ass.
Okay.
They ripped it off.
The greatest loss.
Yep.
They ripped it off.
we're gonna find Chad Sexington's corpse in the next episode, aren't we?
Yeah.
It's just gonna be a
Well,
necker.
I looted Viagra from him.
It's just gonna be like picked clean bones and a neckerchief.
All right.
Make sure to pick him up by his handle.
The werewolf ate all his Viagra.